I'm going to call Ria Bond.
I just want to remind the member Brett Hudson that actually when this bill was originally written, it actually had it that it was mandatory in there for all government agencies to belong and uptake the business number bill. So it was written that way, and it was actually removed from the bill recently. So I just think what you've just said now is absolutely not right at all. I want to say that it's been no secret that New Zealand First has actually supported the intent of this bill and what the purpose of this bill will actually achieve. But what we had issues with were areas of the bill that identified risk with privacy to businesses. And it also identified the fact that not all government agencies had come along and agreed to collectively be on the uptake with the New Zealand Business Number Bill. So I'm actually really happy that after looking through the bill, reading through areas and trying to ensure that when we in this House set legislation, that we want to be mindful and make sure that we're not going to be here in a year's time and amend this bill again. So my gut instinct is, because this is a good intent of the bill, is that let's get it right. Let's get it right. You know, let's actually give the provisions for all government agencies to have a time frame to bring their IT system up to date. I've spoken to IT specialists, and they've actually said that some of the area mostly was because of the limited time of the 28 days of the royal assent, so it didn't give them enough time. So I'm offering an olive branch with my supplementary order paper, and I'm actually offering that the words in Part 2, Clause 28 changed from being may to actually being must, as it was originally in the bill. And as Dr. David Clark has indicated, you know, this supplementary order paper, it makes common sense. It says that we actually are telling you we believe in your bill, but let's actually take it from being a volunteer involvement to actually, which is absolutely pointless. It makes this whole bill and the purpose redundant if that was the case. So we're actually asking for us, for the government to show some support to its own bill and change the word from may to must. And that's all I've asked for. I'm not asking for the world. What I'm saying is we believe in your intent to the bill. Let's actually look at our supplementary order paper that I've put forward that makes sense, and actually let's make the right choice so we're not back here in 12 months' time making an amendment to this bill. I want to also add to the fact that the New Zealand Chartered Accountants were really actually quite disappointed that this under the previous bill written under Section 34 was actually removed. And their big concern, like Dr. Clark and like we've indicated in the first and second reading, was the fact that this bill would run the risk of being another overhead to businesses, of actually not being fit for the purpose for the intent, because it only had a very small buy-in of government agencies. So in a responsible working world, and even here in the House, I would like to think, and New Zealand First would like to think, that when a good supplementary order paper comes along and actually helps endorse all government agencies to pick this up, that the government would support that. And I thank the Labour Party for supporting my supplementary order paper and Dr. David Clark for doing an amendment on my amendment. And I'm looking forward to the Green Party supporting my supplementary order paper as well. Mr. Chair, I want to say that this intent is to cut the red tape. It is to help with small businesses, medium businesses, and also those sole traders cut back on their administration time. You know, productivity in small businesses and as a sole trader could only increase if this bill was to be passed in the House. And sole traders don't have time to sit on the telephone to do an address change with the IRD and wait on that telephone call for 10 minutes. If it's a salon working environment and you've got to quickly do that and you know you've got to do that, the worst thing is that when you're doing a chemical service, there's a time frame you've got to take that chemical off with, and if you're waiting on the telephone and you've got to ring all the different government agencies to change some details, it's not good productivity, and it's also a workplace health and safety issue. So in I guess the most easiest way to explain this bill is the fact that companies have been allocated the number since 2013, and this bill seeks to also encompass small businesses, medium and sole traders, so that consistently the achievement of cutting red tape, of actually increasing business productivity is actually consistently across all sectors. And I do believe that with my supplementary order paper we can achieve that. New Zealand First is actually, this is the one fishhook, I guess, that we're saying that we would oppose this bill on. So to support the bill, we would call for the government to actually support the supplementary order paper as well. Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
I'm calling Jacinda